Issue Boy and Guru in the house, back with another bang on video where, ladies and gentlemen, Atletico Madrid are eyeing a move for Napoli midfielder Alan in light of Thomas Partey's potential departure. Many clubs are seriously considering triggering his 50 million euros release clause. Arsenal look the most determined to land the midfielder, and it looks like Atletico Madrid have already lined up a replacement in terms of Napoli's Alan. Moving on, well, the Premier League COVID-19 testing latest news are here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, two players or staff have tested positive, and at two clubs in round 2, 996 tests, follows 6 positives at 3 clubs in round 1, 2 clubs with positives in round 2, not among the 3 clubs with positives in round 1, total 8 positives at 5 clubs, did 1,744 tests. And out of this, it's quite unclear if 2 positives in round 2 were from the people who tested negative in round 1 or if this was the first test. 248 more results in round 2 than round 1, including both Norwich batches, plus capacity rose from 40 tests per club to 50. So nobody tested for the first time let into training base until confirmed negative. Well, moving on, Bournemouth have confirmed one of their players has tested positive for COVID-19 following the club's second round of testing. They have, made an official statement about it because the anonymous player will now self-isolate for a period of 7 days, as per the Premier League protocols, being before tested at a later date. So no players tested positive for the initial round of testing, but the latest wave has revealed one to have contracted the virus. Here's the official statement. Following strict adherence of the Premier League's return to the training regulations, the club's training grounds remain a safe working environment for players and backroom staff. So they will continue to be tested for COVID-19 twice per week. Well, moving on, Ruben Loftus-Cheek has admitted he was a huge Arsenal fan as a kid and he idolized Thierry Henry. The Chelsea and England midfielder, who signed a new 5-year Blues deal last summer, revealed his first shirt as a kid was a Gunners one. He says in a recent interview, it was actually an Arsenal kit when I was about 6 because I really liked Thierry Henry at the time. It was obviously very shortly after that I started with Chelsea at the academy. Moving on, Kai Havertz is the hottest homegrown property in Germany, with Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal and both Manchester clubs keen on bringing him to England. Because, the problem is the Bayer Leverkusen's £70 million rating. They rate him at £70 million. That is his value according to them. The Hitman actually scored 2 goals, unbelievable, against Borussia Mönchengladbach, and certainly lived up to the hype. So let's see whether he'll come to any other club in England or not. But moving on, Ashley Cole revealed he left Arsenal for Chelsea because the club's winning culture was falling apart. Speaking to Gary Lineker, he said, "When I first started at Arsenal, you had the core, the Siemens, the Keowns, the Vieiras, the Henrys, the Adams. And when they started to leave, I felt there were holes in the culture of what it was before. I felt it was falling apart a bit. There were gaps missing and they were not filled." See, I won't completely disagree with this whole idea and with this whole opinion, because if you are, letting go of Thierry Henry, and plus the injuries that the players have received, it's been huge. It's been immense. Well, moving on. Arsenal ace Ainsley Maitland-Niles seems set to leave the club after falling out of favour with boss Mikel Arteta. The versatile Gunner star is likely to be offloaded in the summer after dropping down his Spanish manager's pecking order. The 22-year-old will be offloaded at the very next opportunity, despite being contracted until 2023. Maitland-Niles has made 91 appearances for the North London side since his 2014 debut and joined the club when he was just 6. Well, moving on, an NHS study has found that Liverpool's controversial clash with Atletico Madrid led to an additional 41 coronavirus-related deaths. Well, their Champions League game at Anfield on March 11th was the last match played in England before lockdown measures were introduced. Around 54,000 supporters were in attendance, including 3,000 travelling Atleti fans. During that period, lockdown measures had already been introduced in Spain, with many restaurants and bars shut. A study by Edge Heath, a group that analyzes NHS data through data modelling, believed the game led to 41 additional deaths between 25 and 35 days following the game. Moving on, Arsenal target Ousmane Dembele will cost £37 million this summer. The Gunners have been linked with the Barcelona wide man for some time now, but will have to splash the cash to land him. And that itself would be, I think it's a demise of the overhype that was created by Borussia Dortmund while selling him to Barcelona, isn't it? Well, moving on. Bournemouth have confirmed one of their players have tested positive for COVID-19 following the second round. So it's like they are following the strict regulations, but let's see if that will work for them or not. Arsenal ace Mesut Ozil has shared a cartoon of himself praying alongside an Eid message to his social media followers. The Islamic star is celebrating the end of Ramadan and wished his Muslim followers Eid Mubarak. Cesc Fabregas has blasted former Manchester United aces Wayne Rooney and Gary Neville over Pizzagate. He says, I was actually speaking with Rio Ferdinand, who himself got away with a nasty challenge on Freddie Ljungberg. He says, well, I can't finish this without asking what happened at Old Trafford. I remember we were scuffing in the changing rooms and in the tunnels and stuff. And obviously Pizzagate happened. How was it for you guys in your changing room? To which Fabregas responded, we were so disappointed. We were angry. We were upset for the way it went. Don't get me wrong. It had to come to an end, the Invincibles. There are 49 games and it can happen. It was at Old Trafford against a great team, against a great Manchester United team. But I think it's the way it happened. First of all, Gary Neville, what he did to Antonio Reyes, Mamma Mia. At this point, Ferdinand is in fits of laughter, saying bang, 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 and hitting his fist against the palm of his hand. Cesc continued saying, but every single time he had the ball, Wayne dived for the penalty against Sol Campbell. So we felt emotional. The emotion was that we lost against a great team, which can happen, but we didn't feel we should have lost. We didn't think it was the right time to lose our invincible run, and that is the reason why this whole Pizzagate happened. And it's so funny to actually, relive the moments that the Pizzagate happened, and Cesc Fabregas actually revealing all those things. Well, it has been suggested that a transfer seeing Arsenal paying money and inserting Mkhitaryan for Justin Kluivert could be the answer to all the problems. Kluivert is also represented by Mino Raiola. Mino Raiola is trying to convince Arsenal to extend the expiring contract of Mkhitaryan and then orchestrate a loan transfer with an obligation to buy. But that's the problem, because when you make him sign a new contract, the amount of he's actually seeking 250k a week, and that is daylight robbery. But it's about Arsenal, and the whole thing will be done by Arsenal and Mino Raiola. So let's not delve into it. So these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal comes on this platform every single day, twice. So what you got to do is subscribe and hit that bell icon, because when you do that, you get 2 videos about Arsenal every single day. And make sure you subscribe, because we are actually not much far away from reaching 5,000 subscribers, and you guys can help me reach there. That's the best destination. We need to make sure that the channel grows as soon as possible. So let's go towards the 5,000 subscribers as soon as possible. I'll meet you in the next one.